Hello, Matthew Mathers. Today we're looking at some tables. So I'm going to do a similar thing as the previous sheet. I'm going to look at your actual paper and just kind of run you through what the different things are about and make up some questions on the spot. So this first table, it's going to have to do with either Rachel or Eric or both, and them buying pens or pencils or notebooks. And you're going to have to use the numbers in this table to answer some questions. So if I ask you how much Rachel spent on pencils, you'd find Rachel's column, which is the 542 numbers, is everything to do with Rachel. If I asked about pencils, you'd only look at the pencil number, which is the 4. So if pencils are 10 cents and Rachel bought 4 times 10, that's 40 cents. That's the kind of thing we're doing with that table. I could ask you about Eric's notebooks. Well, then you'd go to Eric's numbers, 1613, but you'd only care about the notebook number, which is the 3 in the notebook line. Notebooks were 75 cents, 3 of them, so 3 times 75 is $2.25 for Eric on notebooks. That's what we're trying to do for that one. Second table, it has 5 kids. Dan, Mia, Sarah, Drake, Kayla, talking about their homework assignments, talking about their best test, talking about their average test. So I could ask you something like, who did the least amount of homework assignments? So you look at the homework assignments column, do a quick skim, 6 is the worst. Sarah did the worst on the homeworks. I could ask you, who had, trying to do something that wouldn't be a giveaway of an answer, who has the middle average on the tests? The middle average on the tests, we look to the average tests and we'd see who's in the middle. There's 2 kids that went down into the 60s, there's 2 kids went up into the 90s. But the average test is Drake, because he was the only one in the 70s for his average test score. I could ask you, who's the medium person on their best test grade? Then you could look to the best test grade column in the middle. The medium person there wouldn't be the 270s or the 290s, it would be Kayla with her 85. That's sort of the way that that's working. On the back, we're looking at time studying versus a score for 5 different quizzes. So I could ask you something like, how long did this student study for quiz number 5? So quiz number 5, how long they spent studying is 10, because the top line gave a 10. I could ask, what score did the student get on quiz 3? So you go to the score line, which is the bottom line. Quiz 3 takes you to 9. Answer questions that way. Bottom chart has stuff about walking. So day by day, Sunday through Saturday, there's 2 girls who were walking. So I could ask you, how much did Ashley walk on Monday? So Ashley on Monday, 3 miles. I could ask Rosa, Tuesday, what did she walk? 2 miles. Because Rosa's line lined up with Tuesday is 2 miles. I could say, did anybody ever walk 6 miles? You would skim all around for a 6 and come back. No, that never happened. I also took those numbers and I tried to make them into graphs. Give that a try. If you can't do the graphs, life would go on. It's 30 problems, so even if you had to flush the 2 graphs, that's okay. But if you can do the graphs, all the better. But they'd end up looking like some of the stuff from yesterday if you tried to turn those numbers into graphs. If you need more help on the graph paper, give me an email, we'll work it out.